What's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for another Topics with Becky. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live, and check out my channel for more content. So, I have this topic that I want to get into today. It's something that has been on my mind, and it's something that I personally was dealing with. And again, this is just tips and tricks that I've had to experience on my own journey, and I'm passing them on in hopes that they help you with your journey. And if they don't, they don't. If they do, great. So what do I want to talk today about? Greed. Money. Really, it's money. Really, it's greed in money. And I bring this up because I feel like we're in a time where money is more important than connection. Money is more important than us pursuing happiness, right? And what is that? The pursuit of happiness is a real statement. Like, that's something that really matters in our journeys, and that's something that really matters just in being alive. But nobody's pursuing happiness because too many people are stuck on the need and the want for having more money. You know, and something that came up actually today is that, this complaint of like having to spend money out. And when you guys, if you search anybody that has riches, right, what you would consider riches, because I don't view money as having riches. I view money as just a tool, and having riches is inner health and wealth, and being surrounded by happiness and love. Like, that's inner wealth and prosperity, right? And that will show on the outside. Like, that will eventually show on the outside. That doesn't necessarily mean money. Like, I've met people who have had no money to their name, and they're more happy than somebody who has billions of dollars. Like, how do you explain that? Yeah, that was my little rant. So what happened was there was a situation that arose, and it meant that there was going to be money that was put out. And it's interesting the way that people approach it. Well, that's how much I'm going to have to spend this time around. But if you already know that you have to put out the money, why are you going to be mad about it? Because if it didn't go for this thing that came up, it was going to go for something else, you see? So when you think about these people who are successful, they always talk about spending your last dollar happily. Okay, and I'm not talking about going and spending it on useless things. I'm not talking about going and just blowing your money on what you think you want. I'm talking about when an emergency arises, to not be upset when you have to spend money. Because that's the point. Money is an ebb and flow. It comes and it goes, and it comes and it goes. And it's like, you can control how it comes and goes to a certain extent, but there's some things that we cannot control, how it comes and how it goes. And so when those things arise that we don't have control over, can you let go happily, knowing that this is just a part of the journey? Because having that money is not going to make you a better person. Having that money is not going to make you seem anything else to anybody else. In fact, most people are too worried about their own bankrolls to worry about yours, and their biggest concern is making sure that they have more in their bankroll than you do. Okay, but at the end of the day, that's not how anybody is. Like, most people are living paycheck to paycheck. My nose has been going crazy today. I do not know why. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. And if they're not, they're very close to. Like, very rarely do you meet people who are stable enough to live a couple of months without getting paid. You know, and that's why with the economy the way that it is right now, and with everything that has been up in the air for the last year and a half, it is frustrating because so many people fell into the poverty line. And people who are already poverty mindseted, right? Because they lived paycheck to paycheck, but when they got paid, they'd go and they'd buy whatever they wanted. And so I bring that up because I think a lot of people are on this unprincipled quest for money. They're in this journey of, I got to get more than what you have, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to hurt you, I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to do whatever I need to, and I don't care who I hurt in the process so that I can be secure in what it is that I have. And that includes putting people down, you know, and that includes making sure that people don't get what you think is yours. And at the end of the day, what you think is yours might not be yours, right? Source has a plan for all of us. 4:44 on the clock. Source has a plan for each one of us, and part of that is becoming humble in our pursuit for what we want in life, what we desire. So maybe you want a mansion. Well, do you feel worthy of having a mansion, or are you in an energy of like, oh, I'm deserving of it? because I'm owed that. No, like, you're not owed anything in life. Okay, like, Source only rewards those that are grateful and humble for the things that come into life. Other than that, it's like, when you think you're owed that, like, it can be very easily taken away. And I know, I've been there. Like, I felt like I was owed some of the cars that I had. I felt like that was owed to me. And then they would break down and I couldn't understand it. And it's because it's a lesson. It's like Source is trying to tell you, like, you have to be humble because none of this is owed anybody. You're not owed a home. You have to earn it. You're not owed a car. You have to earn it. You're not owed a lifestyle. You have to earn it. You're not owed a trip. You have to earn it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, everything in life that we have, even if you think you're owed it, at the end of the day, you had to do something to earn it. Didn't you? And there are plenty of people that have just been given things. Yes, I understand that too. There's always the opposite. But then you look at the way that they act in life and they think that everything is owed to them too. But we're in this state of mind where some of the kids in the younger generation are coming from a place of entitlement. But what have they done to be entitled to anything? And I feel like that's because the people from my generation, okay, the 80s, are in that energy too. I'm entitled. I'm entitled because my parents suffered. I'm entitled. Or I'm entitled because my people have suffered. Or I'm entitled because of this suffering. I'm entitled because of that. You know, suffering is not entitlement. Suffering is an indication that there's a healing and a new perspective that needs to come in. And when I talk about healing, really at the end of the day, healing is about changing your perspective in life. It's just about being willing and able to see it from a higher standpoint. You know, maybe you've come from this place, like I came from this place of like, my family always struggled, so I'm entitled to success, right? And that's how I started this journey. And then it was like, when people didn't agree with that, it was like, I really used that as a way to lash out at people. I would get mad at them or I'd make them feel bad because it was like they were treating me one way. It's like, what I didn't understand at that time is that they were treating me that way because I kept acting like I was entitled to the riches that I was supposed to get. Not because I was humbled by the fact that I had this opportunity, not because I was humbled by the fact that I chose to do this, not because I was humbled by life, because I was in this mindset, well, it's my birthright, so I'm entitled to it. Yes, in a way it is your birthright, but you have to earn it. You have to earn it. There is no entitlement. And so I see a lot of younger generations that are coming from this place of feeling like they're entitled to everything that they have or everything that they feel like they need to get in life. And then when they don't get it, they throw a fit. Like a toddler. I did. Like a toddler. I threw fits. I would just yell and scream, be on the ground like, ah! Okay, like just crazy energy. And I wasn't learning the lesson, and it kept happening over and over and over again. It's like, you know, I asked Source to use me as a testimony, but use me as a testimony when I'm humble enough to be a real testimony, not when I'm in a place of entitlement. And that has been broken down. It's been broken down, and I feel there's still strings that are being broken down, but it's like coming to this place where I no longer have to fight, you know, this feeling like I'm entitled to anything, because anything can be taken away at any one moment and we don't have control over it. And when we feel entitled to the money that we have, or when we feel entitled to the things that we have, when they break or when they go away, we oftentimes lose a piece of ourselves because we've attached so much onto that thing. We are more than the money that we have. We are more than the objects that we own. We are more than the house that we have, the car that we have, the shoes that we wear, the clothes that we wear, the jewelry, right? The name brands, the purses, the backpacks, whatever it is. We're more than that. And yet a lot of society, they only follow people on social media who have designer clothes, or they'll only follow people on media who have, you know, sports cars, or they'll have race cars, or they have these high grade cars that cost millions of dollars, right? And you're not seeing that you're missing out because you're putting so much value on a material item rather than putting value on connection and your own heart. And so I bring this up just as a reminder to take time and see, are you coming from a place of entitlement? And if you are, can you come to yourself in a place of compassion and understanding and saying, I get that that is something that society truly believes, and so therefore it's only logical that I too would believe that. You know, and this is hard for me because I saw family members who put material things over the well-being of somebody in the family many times. Many times. I grew up with this. And it was just disheartening because it was like when something bad would happen and I could have potentially been hurt really bad or injured, it was like the only concern that my family showed was for the material side of things. And it was like they never asked if I was okay. And that's why I say we've drawn away from this need for connection. The first thing that you should ask is somebody okay? You know, last year I had parked my car in a parking lot. And while I was in the store, my car got hit. And they barely missed the gas tank. Okay, like it could have been very fatal. And at first, like I was very proud of myself for approaching it, because when I approached it, I was like, oh, well, you know, at least nobody got hurt. It's okay. And then after it sank in, I felt the anger that came with that. And then I just let myself feel the anger. Like I had to go walk it off. I really had to go walk it off and be mad. And I was seething for a minute. And then it was like when I felt the anger, then I was like, okay, it's done. Like I can't change it. I can't change what happened. And it's like, and the person they hit, it was a hit and run, right? It was like nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do. And all I could do is find the blessing in the situation. Well, what was the blessing? No one got hurt. I mean, obviously they didn't get hurt if they ran. At least I hope they didn't, you know? And none of my family members that were with me got hurt. Nobody was in the car. The dogs were in the car and they weren't hurt. You know, like, and so I had to start seeing the blessing in the situation, not seeing, well, that was my thing and I'm entitled to my thing being nice all the time. No, it's not. Like, I could see where the entitlement was getting brought up for me and I had to really deal with it. And so there's more of that has come up recently for me. And now I'm dealing with it even more. And I'm realizing that no matter what, at the end of the day, what is outside of me does not affect my value, my worth, or my well-being in any one shape or form unless I allow it to. And so entitlement, really all it does is it puts you in a place of saying that you're not worthy of having the life that you want. You're not worthy of living in the house that you want, in the car that you want, because you feel like you're entitled to it, but you'll never actually strive for that one thing. So scale it back a little bit and bring yourself back into a place of connections and seeing the importance in having connections and having real connections with people and coming from a place of love and compassion for yourself and being okay with forgiving yourself for if you do feel this way, because I'm just going to tell you, if you say you don't, I don't know, like, I mean, maybe you don't, but I'm just saying there's too many people out there that do, that this is a real situation. It's a real situation that needs to be brought up, okay? So this is what I have for you. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell down below. And I'm going to get on out of here. But until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Becky's out of the house. But until we meet again, peace out. I love y'all. Bye.
When your nose is itching like this, you just want to scratch it, and you're worried that people are going to think something's wrong with you, especially right now. You can't cough, sneeze, fart, burp, or anything without people running away in the other direction.
I'm the wind. My dogs, they're so cute. They're laying down. They're being cute. They were snuggling earlier and they were like, oh, that's so cute. I can't with them. They're so cute. I love my furry friends. I'm so glad they're in my life. Mwah! There you see her, sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. And you don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl.